Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. These blessings and salutations to the hopefully elect. It's the brother Isaiah with the Pittsburgh GMS camp, coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakha HaKodash. Lord, when this lesson is edifying. Excuse my attire, getting ready for to go to work, you know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I want to do this quick lesson, because something that came to my attention through talking to different people, and different statements that people make sometimes. I was talking to a family member, and they made a statement saying that, the thing that they had going on in their life, they felt that there's no way God had this. I know this is not what God has for me. And what they've done is, what they're purposing in their mind to do, or have been purposing in their mind to do, whenever this thought would cross their mind, they would get up and they would go leave and move somewhere else and, start over another life and things of that nature. All right, but, this is the thing about it. You can't dictate what the Most High has for you. You have to find out what that is and align yourself with it. All right? Because this is the thing about it. A lot of times the Most High will not give you the thing that you want the most. There may be a particular type of woman that you like that will make you, just have this great swell of passion and emotion, or whatever the case is. And the Most High may very well and more than likely will keep you away from that type of woman. Well, why is that? It's for your own good, okay? Because let's say you had that type of woman. Okay, come on, dude. For real? You did all that for what? Anyway, so let's say you had that type of woman. She could be the type of woman that could take your eyes away from the Lord. Let's say you had that type of man, okay, that you want to be, female, if you're a female, what I'm saying, and you had a desire for a male, and you got that man, and in your mind it's like, oh, this man is this way and that way, okay, but that may not be the man that you need, okay, for your particular spiritual walk. See, the thing about it is the Most High puts you through things to make you better. See, the thing about the flesh is it wants to seek comfortability. All right, the flesh wants to seek a more favorable situation, and a lot of times what happens, especially in relationships, when the flesh, due to human nature, wants to seek a more favorable, more easygoing, more relaxed, more happy situation, you end up going somewhere else and ended up in the same cycle of bullcrap. All right, why is that? Because you haven't learned what the Lord's trying to teach you. And instead of learning what the Lord's trying to teach you, you tried to get rid of the thing that was making you uncomfortable. And that's not what the Lord is trying to get you to do in those situations. He wants you to learn whatever it is He's trying to teach you. Most people don't have the eyes to see that, okay? And they end up making haste and seeking their own salvation, or seeking their own way to change their condition. All right, and it's not what the Lord wants you to do. So, there's a statement that came in my mind, as I was speaking with this individual of, because they made a statement of, I have faith that the Lord will, give me this or give me that. What the scriptures tell us, we ought to say, Lord willing, and I encourage, especially while I'm doing these in transits, I encourage you to Google some of these things that I quote. Okay, we ought to say Lord willing. And then as you read that passage that says we ought to say Lord willing, it tells you that you should not boast of tomorrow. Okay, we cannot make our boast of tomorrow, because we have to acknowledge the fact that these things have to be in accordance with the Lord's will. You can't faith something against the Lord's will into existence. You can't faith, okay, if the Lord has come and told you this is something that I don't want you to do, or you can't faith it into existence of, I'm going to have this thing. You know, there's got to come a point in time where reality hits you and you say, okay, either I can't have this thing or the Lord is making me wait for this thing. Because both of those things apply. Okay, there are things that you can pray for, all right, that you may not get. Even Yahushua, think about it, because the servant is not greater than his master. Yahushua in the Garden of Gethsemane, he prayed that the Most High take the cup away from him, right? He said, if it be your will, then remove this cup from me, for it is too hard for me to bear. You see? But the Most High didn't do it. Then Paul prayed for the thorn in his flesh to be removed, right? Paul said, you asked the Lord to remove the thorn in his flesh. And the Lord told him, my grace is sufficient for thee. All right? My grace is sufficient for thee. You got enough mercy already, for the things you've done. This thing here, you got to deal with it. You see? And so, all of us, Salaki, I keep hitting the phone because of how it's positioned. I'm going to have to move it. I promise I move this thing like every day. And it just somehow gets back in the position I don't need. I'm going to have to figure something out. But, Paul, like I said, was told that the grace was sufficient that he was already receiving. All right? You ain't getting it. It ain't getting no gooder than this right here, player. Okay? And so that's what we have to be willing to accept. If I push that back. Okay, when I do that, it ain't so bad, So I'll do that for now, but it's lucky. I always have things going on while I'm doing my lesson, man. But, like I said, you cannot will something against the Lord's will into existence simply because you desire it. Okay? Now, of course, the scriptures do say it's a balance. This is where you learn. One of the places where you learn that the scriptures are a balance. Scriptures do say, whatsoever thing you ask in my name, it shall be given unto you, right? But if this thing that you're asking for is not something that you need, or is something that will prevent you from salvation or prevent you from learning the lesson that the Lord wants you to learn, he's not going to take it away from you right away, until he sees that you're able to deal with that. There are some brothers who will never reach a certain level of having certain money because the Most High knows that through that money you will destroy yourself. And so you can sit there and pray for that money, Lord, give me the money, increase me, but until you're ready for it, what I'm saying, or until the Lord's ready to give it to you, you won't have it. And I definitely understand that myself, I've been through that, okay, and brothers still be going through that, so it's like you have to do self-introspection, examine thyself, whether or not that be in the faith, is what the scriptures say. You have to examine yourself and see and be honest with yourself of, well, what are some of the reasons the Lord may keep this away from me if it be a certain type of relationship? Be honest with yourself. Do you lose control when you have a certain type of relationship? Do you put too much importance on having that certain type of relationship with that type of relationship or thing that you desire or whatever it is? Take your eyes off of the Lord. These all different things, okay, have to be examined. And then, in this particular case, you just have to ask yourself, speaking of this situation directly, is this something you can handle? Have the Lord set you up, who you are as a person, to be able to handle the thing that you feel like you need to go do? In this particular case, like I was saying, of them wanting to go find somewhere else to be because they're not enjoying their situation. All right, but you got to look at your attributes and be honest with yourself about what you're able to deal with, and be realistic. Just be realistic with yourself, okay? And understand that there's certain things that the Lord there's certain ways that the Lord have fashioned you to make you have to be in certain situations. For everybody it's different. Okay, for everybody it's different. But everybody has a way that the Lord have created them to where the place where He got you is the place where you need to be. And you might tell yourself, I don't have to be here, but you need to be there for the Lord's purpose. So anyway, scripture say, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord. All right. And also it says, make not haste in time of trouble. Okay, make not haste in time of trouble. All right. And like I said, anything that I tell you that the scripture says, type that in and put KJV at the end, and more than likely you will find it through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Not through my own power or none of that, but the Lord have caused me to remember certain scriptures, and it's that simple. If you want to find it, if I'm not able to provide you with the exact location, just to type in the quote, put KJV, and you should find it. You should find it, Lord willing. Lord willing. All right. So like I said, that's important though. Going into that scripture of Lord willing. You know, the scriptures say that boast ye not of tomorrow, but rather say, Lord willing, we will go and be able to do this and do that. You know, instead of saying, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go make $150 doing a gig economy, which the way that people's acting nowadays, you know, you got to really be careful, especially when you letting people in your car. I would recommend against letting people in your car because these people got demons on them. And I just saw this video of this damn woman biting the shit out of this dude, man, and it really pissed me off. You know, I could only imagine if I was in that situation how I would have responded. Because once you physically attack somebody, woman or man, you're pretty much asking for retaliation. But nevertheless, all right. Wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So it'd be wise not to let no people in your car. You know, all right, if you can help it, you know, that's just my recommendation. Nevertheless, you know, the scriptures say that we should not make haste in time of trouble, you know, and take it patiently when thou art changed to a lower state. When you come to serve the Lord, you're going to be brought through temptation. You're going to be brought through a fire of adversity in order to make you a better individual. And that fire don't feel good. It don't feel good. Sometimes it really sucks. You know, like the scriptures also say, no chastisement at the present time seemeth joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them who are exercised thereby. All right, that's what the scriptures say. So, it don't feel good to get your butt whooped. All of us know that butt whoopings don't feel good. But to them who are constantly chastised by the Most High, all right, you develop a tougher skin. You develop a understanding of what you should not do in order to avoid that punishment. All right, if it is a result of an action, then that is what happens. But sometimes it's just, like I said, to make you a stronger person. It ain't always because you necessarily did something, you know, to warrant that action. But, you know, as the scriptures say, when we are chastened so that we are not condemned with the world. Okay? Oh, it says, well, when we are judged, we are chastened so that we are not condemned with the world. Salaki if I quoted that wrong, because I don't have the ability to pull it up right now. But, you know, sometimes things come along because we made bad judgment calls. But sometimes, you know, but it must be remembered, let me say this, that this is a part of being in the Lord's favor. It sounds wrong, it sounds backwards because you're taught wrong and backwards in this world. It's not wrong, okay? The scriptures clearly depict that. The scriptures say, think it not strange of the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. Don't think it's strange. It's not strange. You know, Jake started going through something, which Jake is short for you Israelites, you descendants of Jacob, so-called black Latinos and Native Americans. You are the biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and your forefather's name is Jacob, so we call you Jake sometimes, short for Jacob, okay? So sometimes Jake start going through stuff, you know, or niggas, whatever you want to say it. Sometimes, you jakes go through things and you think that it's what what's going on. It ain't always that you did something wrong. Sometimes it is. Okay, sometimes it is. So that's why you should fear the Lord, because you never know why He's doing the thing. And when something happens, when you receive a bad dream that's warning you not to do something, or that's warning you that you're gonna end up on the wrong path, you should be asking yourself, how can I change that? What can I do to change that outcome? All right. So anyway, I can't keep the lesson going too long. I actually gotta deal with the animals before it starts raining again. I gotta get ready to go to work tonight before the weekend comes. It's my last day of the week, so I'll be off soon, and I get to do some things for the weekend or whatever. And hey man, it is what it is, man. We in a world. This world is changing, man. And we not sad about it. But sometimes I get in these moments where I'm like, okay, am I doing what I'm supposed to do? I'm just making sure, going down a checklist. Am I doing this? Am I doing that? And then you have things that you want to do better. This is how you think. Is what I'm doing pleasing the Lord? All right, and if it's not, then I need to do better. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna end it there. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai by Hashem Rakhan HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations, and hopefully elect. That I want to say Shalom, Wa Ba Ba Shalom.